Yep, that's the idea there, guys. Either trank you and kill you. Okay, well, that was all the yellow tapes, but we'll still listen to these while we're doing this mission.
There's something I've been wondering. Why are you called Code Talker? During World War II, the U.S. military used the languages of different tribes, including the Navajo, as codes, right? I know the term Code Talker was used to mean people sent to the battlefield to speak in those codes. Were you one of them?
Our mother tongue was indeed used for war. But I did not go. I was already over the conscription age. However, I was made to help craft the codes that were spoken. So in a wider sense, you could call me a code talker for that. Navajo is a complex language, and virtually no one outside the U.S. speaks it. They must have thought it was the perfect language to use as a code.
Yeah, in the end, the Japanese never cracked it. The cipher is king in information warfare.
Of course, they didn't simply speak in Navajo. They created substitutions for words according to a code book, and then translated those into our language. Young Diné was sent to the front lines of the Pacific Theater as code talkers. To fight is an honor. They were the pride of our people, but I cannot say this history brings me joy. Words are alive. When they are spoken, life is breathed into them. They become a part of the listener. Our words were transformed into lifeless ciphers and used for war. This, after the Black Ana spent generations suppressing the language.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So I guess we shouldn't be calling you Code Talker, huh?
No, I do not mind. The reason Skullface called me Code Talker was because I also am responsible for coding language into the vocal cord parasites. I am the same as those young warriors, used for a cipher's sake. I must never forget that. The name, Code Talker, is a lesson carved into my being.
You said Skullface ordered you to weaponize the vocal cord parasites. But you also said he wasn't the reason.
And he wasn't. I was seduced by the parasites. That is a fact.
How? You mean from your curiosity as a scientist?
That I cannot deny. But there is more to it. The story goes back to the 19th century, to my earliest memory. One day, a man from the government visited our Hogan, our home. I cried as he yanked me from my mother's arms and took me away to an Indian boarding school. From that day forward, I became George. This was the name my teacher gave me. I was forced to give up my Diné name, forbidden from speaking anything but English. If we dared utter...
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
The teacher made us eat a bar of soap.
Yeah, that was the U.S. government's education policy for Native Americans.
To erase our words, erasing our people. Their education was tantamount to ethnic cleansing. Over time, the overt persecution of our language stopped. But to this day, it continues to be eaten away by the lingua franca, that is English. Many of the Diné outside the reservations can speak nothing else. And it isn't just our language. Across the world, minority languages are being destroyed by dominant languages. Many are on the verge of extinction.
Enter the vocal cord parasites.
Yes. I began thinking that minority languages needed some sort of deterrent against dominant languages. In order that their peoples and cultures would survive. It was then that I came across literature at the Foundation claiming that man acquired language thanks to a type of parasite, one that distinguishes between languages as a precursor to reproduction. If I could just resurrect it, make it more pathogenic, I would have my deterrent against English. But I failed to hide that aim from Skullface. He noticed. Yes, I wanted to retaliate against the English language, though never did I intend to actually use it as he planned. You know how the story ends. I was forced to study how to make the parasites compatible with all the world's languages. All but English.
However, he in fact secretly isolated an English strain.
I will not be held prisoner by the man's phantom. The English strain must not be allowed to exist either.
Alright. Take care of this guy so he's not an issue. Alright, let's get another tape too. Why not? Holy hell.
Roger that.
Alright.
I have no doubt Skullface's plan is almost complete. At that point, I will no longer be of use to him. I must leave behind this record at least. A record of how the ancient vocal cord parasites became these abominable ethnic cleansing parasites. I believe he has two purposes for the ethnic cleansing parasites. The first, as their name suggests, is ethnic cleansing. This conflict between East and West that envelops the world will not last much longer. Once the Cold War ends, and the weight of America and the Soviet Union is lifted away, the ethnic conflicts they kept suppressed will all rise to the surface. It is not difficult to imagine that the radical sides will begin cleansing their adversaries. But what if an ethnic cleansing parasite matching the language of the aggressors were to be unleashed? The aggressors would be washed off the earth. At the very least, the idea that retaliation could eradicate your people would prove a powerful deterrent. The second purpose is the Englishization of the world. To cipher the organization, this is probably their main use. Man thinks in words, or rather, words are man's very means of thinking. If you erase a word representing some concept, the concept itself disappears from the world. Nishone means beautiful in Navajo, but the image that comes to mind when we say Nishone differs from the Black Ana's beautiful. An azure sky.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Lush greenery. The meaning we place in Neshone has its roots in Dene culture. If we lose the word Neshone, images of our beautiful homeland would be washed away into oblivion along with it. Just as Orwell indicated years ago, Cipher, being based in America, is pushing Englishization for this very reason. Suppose all 5 billion people on this planet come to read, speak, and think in English.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Also be streamlined under English. Cipher's control would be all the easier. Economic governance would progress in leaps and bounds. The ethnic cleansing parasites would be a great aid in accomplishing this goal. There is no need to destroy every language besides English. All they need to do is weaken other dominant languages competing with it. Russian, Chinese, Arabic. If people know they risk their lives speaking such languages, they will flock to the lingua franca that is English. Cipher need not even focus attention on smaller languages. After all, they are already being eaten away by English. Business, education, film, commodities. English has permeated every area of global society. I can see this when I look at young Dene. Some of them have already lost their grasp of the Navajo language. It is said that over 2,000 languages of the world are facing extinction. This very moment,
You gonna extract him?
forms of expression are disappearing forever. The spread of electronic networks gives greater meaning to Englishization. Networks have no national
Okay, subject is in.
basing them on a single language. They can penetrate deeper into and between people. That basic point of unity provides the ideal environment for someone who aims to control people's wills. But how does this differ from building the Tower of Babel? The ethnic cleansing parasites attempt to rob man of his words. Such irony. It was the vocal cord parasites that gave words to him in the first place. Ancient man had no language, unable to produce complex sounds due to the structure of the throat. He could communicate only through simple vocalizations and gestures. Then the vocal cord parasites infected his larynx. Man's transition to walking upright did not gift him solely with intelligence, but also with his voice. At the time, the vocal cord parasites never harmed man.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Nourishment. In fact, you could call it a symbiotic relationship. Some animal species use particular vocalization patterns to attract the female and reproduce. Songbirds, certain insects, and also the vocal cord parasites. The difference is that the parasites themselves did not produce sounds. Rather, they man do it for them. Once secure on the human host vocal cords, a male vocal cord parasite caused the host to produce a certain sound pattern. Something like a warble of a bird. While females parasitizing other host pharynxes immediately wait upon hearing the sound pattern of an attractive mate. They would manipulate their host into making contact.
You gonna extract him?
The female traveled through his host's saliva to the other host's vocal cords, where the male was waiting and the pair copulated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Manipulated his host, but it was probably through smell. Smells traveled directly to the limbic system via the olfactory cilia. In the nasal
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
compounds released by the female would stimulate the limbic system, which controls instincts, making the host feel amorous. This kind of sexual selection naturally led to competition between the male parasites. Males that had their hosts produce sounds perceived by females as more attractive succeeded in copulating and producing offspring. Evolutionary traits caused by sexual selection are curious. The peacock's feathers, the mannequin's dance, the firefly's luminescence pattern. Even with courtship behaviors that are not advantageous to survival, those individuals that excel in them produce offspring, and it escalates with each generation. The same was true of the vocal cord parasites. Courtship vocalization rhythms and intonations became more sophisticated, and in order for man to produce such sounds, they had to alter his vocal organs. By lowering the position of the larynx and developing resonating chambers, they enabled more complex pronunciations. But that was not all. The vocal cord parasites activated a transcription factor that would later control man's language ability. A protein that, due to its appearance, is called forkhead box protein P2, or FOXP2. Activating this transcription factor led to the development of brain function capable of creating sophisticated frequency changes. This was the pinnacle of the vocal cord parasite's prosperity. However, this sophisticated pronunciation control was too useful for man to ignore. Once human sexual activity ceased to be only seasonal, and having lost pigment-based sexual characteristics, distinctive vocalizations became the most effective means for humans to attract mates as well. Combined with logic pathways hardwired into the brain, or universal grammar, it was not long before advanced communication. Possible. This was the birth of language. Luckily for man, it was around this time that a particular retrovirus was circulating. While not lethal, it infected not only man, but the vocal cord parasites as well.
You gotta extract him?
This virus removed part of the parasite's DNA and reverse transcribed it into man's reproductive cells. It was a vector. Among the genes it transcribed were the ones responsible for the production of language. The vocal cord parasite's vocalization genes were written into the human genome. The parasites were no longer of any use to man now. Man could use his voice as he pleased, when he pleased, hindering the parasite's courtship vocalizations. Having lost their opportunity to reproduce, the parasites died out, leaving behind only the transcribed genes. The vocal cord parasites were once in symbiosis with man. Its genes even became a part of his.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Close. As such, it will be extremely difficult for man's immune system to eliminate the vocal cord parasites. Even cutting them out will be no simple matter, which is exactly why
He's coming too. Roger that.
Parasite was such a formidable weapon.
Analysis complete.
The rise of the vocal cord parasites goes back approximately 300 million years to the Permian period. At that time, they were not even parasites, but predatory autotrophs. They are believed to have been the common ancestor to the Pentastomida and the Cyclops genus of copepods. However, Earth's environment underwent a violent change at the end of the Permian period. The cause is unclear, but evidence suggests that over 90% of the Earth's organisms at that time died out. The most pronounced threat to the protoparasites was the severe reduction in oxygen concentration. The result... a splitting that gave birth to a new strain that could parasitize other organisms' respiratory apparatus. This survival tactic helped lower their oxygen consumption, and inhabiting the throat kept them securely in contact with inhaled air. The survivors, those that parasitized the reptiles, that flourished at the time.
You gotta extract him?
Triassic period. The reptiles evolved into dinosaurs, and the protoparasites shared in their success. Dinosaurs developed respiratory organs called air sacs to adapt to the low oxygen environment.
Roger.
Helped the protoparasites thrive, but another trial awaited them. The end of the Triassic period saw another drastic change in the Earth's environment. For most parasites, the male and female take the same host. Many are, in fact, hermaphrodites. Originally, the vocal cord parasites were as well. But for any strain to ride out a severe environmental change, it must secure a steady pool of genetic diversity. Another split. Now the newest strain, procreated with mates found in other hosts. And in order to increase its encounters with those mates, the new strain utilized the voice of its host. They came to inhabit the host's vocal cords. This truly was the birth of the vocal cord parasite. The parasites developed the host's pharynx to form resonating chambers and used them to produce sophisticated mating calls. The relatively upright posture of the dinosaurs was important in this. Crooked L-shaped pharynx was more suited to the development of resonance. These developments ushered in a time of great prosperity for the parasites. But for the third time, the parasites had a major hurdle to overcome.
He's coming too. Roger that.
At the end of the Cretaceous period, which spelled the end of the dinosaurs. With their hosts extinct, the vocal cord parasites had no option but to find a new habitat. Birds. As genetic successors to the dinosaurs, with functioning air sac apparatus already in place, birds were the perfect choice.
Alright, there we go. Ugh. Getting the history lesson, alright, but hey. It's the trade-off, really. No codec, so there you go. So, again, we'll see what happens here, because I'll go back to Mother Base, check on PAZ, make sure nothing's like that last picture we got won't do anything. I'm hoping it will, but I don't know. I don't know. Just have to say. Let's find out. Oh, still nothing there. How about for a side ups? Do I have any here? Nope. Damn. Alright. This is got anything, or is that still just the same? Yeah, same shit. Back to Mother Base, please.
Select a landing zone. Heading to Mother Base.
Very, very curious though with all that parasite shit. So it's been around for a while. Long while. According to Code Talker, at least. Not that I doubt him or anything, just... Oof. Whole lot. Damn. Yeah, well, my only avenue is check on PAZ. That's really all I got. We'll check with PAZ, and I might have to stop it again just to figure out what it is I'm missing exactly. Come on, let me have my damn rifle. Thank you. Alright. Okay, so let us see. God, I hope I didn't encounter some other glitch or something. That wouldn't be pleasant. Come on. Thank you. Oh, wait. Oh, PAZ, what are you doing? PAZ! PAZ!
Stay away!
Stop her, Snake. Oh, Christ, stop her. Snake! Oh God! Get her on the bed, Snake! What? Oh, that's disgusting. Oh God! Stop! 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 Oh God! Get the fuck out! There was a bomb? No way! Wait. Was that real? Where are we? Sounds like Silent Hill right now, the music. That whole time it sounded like Silent Hill. Whoa! Butterfly's up. Wait. Are you trying to tell me PAZ wasn't real the whole time? Is that seriously what you're trying to tell me? What the hell? What?
Peace Day never came. Every morning I wake up expecting it to come, but it is always 3 days away. That cannot be it. I have not woken up at all. It is just a dream. It is all a dream. I am in it, and you are in it too. I am the dreamer, but you are having my dream. Do you get it now? You do, don't you? Peace Day never came. With 3 days left, I followed my orders from Cypher and launched the operation. I hijacked Zeke. I fought Snake. I lost and was thrown into the ocean. I survived, but I was captured by Cypher. How happy I would have been if they had let me die then and there. But wishes do not come true. We just cling on to our dreams, our phantoms, mine and yours. But I think this one is coming to an end. After all, you have figured it out now. You can kill Skullface, murder Huey, slaughter Zero, burn the whole world down, and it still won't bring me back. Me, or any of the dead. And that was our business. War. We bought our daily bread with money paid to us for killing. Maybe us getting killed was just balancing the scales. You know, Mother Base was never the heaven we wanted it to be. But I was still happy to have lived with everyone there. It was such a short time. Such a hypocritical peace. But while I was on Mother Base, I was happy. So, I hope I am not the only one who looks back on those days with happiness. There is more to remember than hatred and rage. But of course, this is you thinking that I should think that. It is no mystery now. I am just a phantom. A fragment of the mind you have lost. The real me died a long time ago. But even so, more so, I can tell what you are really feeling. The real emotion that is locked away at the bottom of your heart. Let it fly out. Let it guide you. Live. I think it is my job to tell you that. That is why I exist. So this tape is the last one. Once you are done listening to it, I am one phantom limb that will be gone for good. My flesh, my bones, joining the silt on the ocean floor. But do not forget, as long as you remember me, I will always live within you. Not a phantom limb or a phantom anything. As part of your heart. I will always be your angel of peace. So I know exactly how to finish. Say peace.
Okay. So, what I'm taking from that is that PAZ was still alive. But that tape that we just heard was her farewell death. The scene we just saw was all a hallucination, I think. I think what happened was Snake either walked in and discovered her dead, and that's what brought that across, because, I mean, he's seen her die twice. You know, the first time she hit the water after being propelled out of Zeke, and then nothing. Alright. And finally, at the next one, again, just before the rocket hit, or, yeah, from the helicopter, he saw PAZ go again with the threat of the bombs. So, I just think that that was some terrible hallucination he had. I don't think there was really another bomb in her guts. I'm pretty sure our medics would have discovered it. Pretty sure. Wow, though.
Send me out on a mission, boss.
Like, strangely powerful shit there. Really powerful. And, I got it, man. I don't know what to do right now.
Roger.
I'm gonna call in the helicopter. I'm gonna see if we get prompted. If we don't, then, I don't know. Like I said, I'll just look it up otherwise. See what the hell's going on. Oh, wow. Wow. Was not expecting that.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Not at all. Ugh. So, I do think she regained her memory, but she resigned herself to dying. Well, maybe she didn't regain her full memory, but she probably was still mentally blocked enough that she couldn't. Oy. Oh, bastard. Okay. Well.
Please select.
Yeah, I don't know. We're not getting anything going on here. I don't think we've got any side ops. Yeah, these are all the important ones. Really hope a stupid glitch or something didn't happen. Ugh. But tell you what, I'll call it for now, and when we come back, hopefully I'll figure this out. Alrighty, guys. Well then, I'll see you later, my minnows.